It's a conference game and it's a Mountain Division game, so a lot on the line playing for Bridger's Rifle, which I became familiar with a little bit more last year once we won it. Utah State's, I think, a really talented football team. They've had a couple impressive wins, one over San Jose and then a big win over BYU. And really impressed on how they battled back. Colorado State ran up some, pretty strong point totals, but credit to Utah State with their resolve. They fought back into the game, came up just a little bit short. The quarterback, Myers, is I think he's been around forever. He's a senior, also playing another quarterback, Love, so they'll integrate him. Balanced running game with Allen, number 21, and Hunt, number 22. Big, tall receiver, number 1, is really talented, and tight end, Raymond. So offensively, a dual threat quarterback, and they have given us problems the last several years. Offensively, we've had a hard time slowing them down. Defensively, they rotate a lot of guys in their front seven. The leading tackler is Christensen, 48. Number 42 is an excellent guy, and then also 23, Freeman. So you're dealing with a pretty talented football team. We'll go on the road. Our last experience was not good there as far as Utah State had their way with us, and we're going to need to really prepare well. I think we've utilized the bye week appropriately. Ryan Cummings will be going through the protocol, but he should be cleared, so we'll start him at guard, so we're excited about that. And having Austin Fort back in practice now, we'll see how he progresses during this week. So we're getting a little bit healthier. We were also playing with a lot of guys who, between Marcus Epps and Andrew Wingert and a lot of other guys, we're playing with some nagging injuries. So I think we've utilized the bye week there. So we've got a good bounce in our step. We'll need to have a great week of practice. At this time, I'll open up to any questions from anybody in the audience.
Craig, are you hopeful that you'll get Ford for Saturday, even if it's limited, or is it, what's your feel on that early this week?
It's a little bit of a mixed bag right now. Just he's been able to run, but he hadn't played in a long time, and so how much he's going to be able to play, we'll see by how he practices this week. But we're anticipating we're going to get a lot of good work out of Ryan Cummings. So,
Coach, it seems like last year you guys didn't have a whole lot of injury issues, at least early in the year, and some more this year. Is that kind of just luck year to year? Some of that maybe what happens when you play 2 Power 5 teams, or I guess what do you think?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. Certainly the 2 Power 5 teams that we played are really good programs, Iowa, and the night that we played Oregon, I thought Oregon really played well and their quarterback played well. But some of it's the luck of the draw. The one thing that you find, and we're particularly excited right now, you get into conference play. And some of it comes into the margins for victories are pretty doggone slim. Excellent coaching, very competitive games. Injuries do come into play whichever way the ball bounces, and so, we're setting, in a decent shape with where we're at in conference play. But this will be a big game for us, and injuries do come into play. That's why depth is so important.
I see Kevin Prosser on the depth chart. You expect him to be able to go?
He'll be full go. Yep. So we're excited about Kevin being out there. So like I said, we're getting a little bit healthier. We're not where we want to be, but we're certainly healthier than we have been.
Coach, this is the start of a big stretch in the division here. So how big is it to try and build off what you started with Hawaii a couple weeks back?
Really huge. The Hawaii game, winning that really helped, and that obviously winning in overtime, it counts as a win. And this will be a really important step for a couple reasons. One, it's a conference game, but then more so, it's a divisional game on the mountain side. It's a game that we've had, we've had some tough times with them. Last year we were able to win fairly convincingly, but it got tight too. So we're anticipating a tough game out there in Logan.
Before the year, it looked like the mountain side would be, kind of a especially tough division. This year, I guess, 6 weeks in, does it kind of look the same as you expected?
There's no question about that. The parity on our side is pretty doggone that's close. A lot of close football teams. We've watched a lot of tape on our conference opponents, and San Diego State's in the midst of a great run. I know they'll have a big game coming up here, but these games on the mountainside going into the preseason, everybody was talking about the strength and the parity on the mountainside, and that's coming into play.
Craig, Jalen Davis, one of their corners, I think has 3 pick sixes this year. What have you seen from him on film? I know he's a senior, he's been there a while, but what have you seen from him on film, and is he a true quote-unquote lockdown corner?
He's really talented, and he's opportunistic, and some guys have the ability to sense and make big plays. Rico Gafford has been one of our players, had some big plays as well. Some guys just have that innate ability. He certainly does.
Coach, it seemed like last year the guys took a step forward in terms of playing on the road, picking up a couple conference wins. Is it just kind of a matter of maturity with the program where you get more and more comfortable playing away from home?
Couple things. One, your ability, poise, composure, you know, how healthy you are. It's hard to win on the road, and there's a reason why people talk about home field advantage. And so this is going to be a big challenge for us. We feel really good about our preparation. We still have some young players who are playing out there, but you know what? We're halfway through the year now. Those guys have grown up. This will be a great opportunity for us. Getting back to Robert's question concerning playing on the road, yeah, and I brought that up to our staff today. You know, it has been, the last time we were on the road, it was at Iowa, and that was the first game of the year. So you have a long stretch where you have a lot of players who have not been in a different environment, and so you get in a routine when you're playing on the road, at home and away. This is going to be a little bit unique, and a lot of times players, it's just human nature. You get in a different surrounding and you respond differently. So we're going to really focus on making sure we take care of our assignments and kind of, you know, I guess just not. We don't want to get affected by it. You know, they've had a hostile crowd. They've done good in the past there, so we got to make sure we're in our routine.
Coach, I know we talked a lot about forcing turnovers and this your defensive success with that, but on the flip side, I think just 3 turnovers for the offense the last 4 weeks. Are you happy with, you know, how everyone's been holding on?
You know, I think currently we're tied for 8th in the country in turnover margin, something like that, and that's probably one of the biggest statistics you look at. So Josh done a good job taking care of the football. We've secured the ball better. We're hawking it better on defense, and that margin is really helping us.
You went through, you know, what impresses you with Utah State, but it seems like it's been an up and down year for them. You know, where, you know, it was a tough one against CSU, and then they beat BYU pretty handily with a lot of big plays there. What do you see in, you know, that up and down play for them? Is there anything that stands out with what's worked or didn't in that kind of?
Well, I think you know, they played a couple tough non-conference teams. The Wisconsin game, I know they were ahead. I was watching that on TV when they were playing there. And then they played Wake Forest. You know, those things going on the road are challenging. I think Coach Wells done a great job getting this football team back. You know, they just got off to kind of a rocky start against CSU, and then they settled down. And so we're going to need to be playing our best, because I don't think we'll play them at their low. I think we'll probably be playing them at their very best.
Are there any challenges for preparing for a team that uses 2 quarterbacks?
A little bit. There's some things that are different, but their systems are pretty similar, and they have quite a bit of flexibility within their offense, and so that gives a challenge in itself.
I know, you know, you've had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns with Tyler. I think I saw Utah State, I think, is tied for the national league in block kicks and had one against CSU.
Right.
You know, special teams always plays a big part in games. What about in this game in particular? Could that really be a key area? It's
going to be a huge area. You know, we would not have beaten Hawaii if we wouldn't have returned a kickoff for a touchdown. And they've done a great job, you know, blocking punts. And the last time we were in Logan, if you remember, right before half, they blocked one. So we're going to need to prepare well. We're going to need to be explosive in the kicking game.